Okay, let's cook our hard-boiled eggs. Incredible edible egg. I wish I made that up, but I didn't. The hard-boiled egg, or the egg in general, amazing food. Comes in its own packaging, incredible protein, great calories, great caloric versus nutritional value. So, a couple tips. For years and years and years, we always get challenged, especially us guys, with cooking them. Here's a simple tip. Couple things to remember. One, always try and have them at room temperature. If they come in cold and you drop them in, sometimes you'll get a crack in them, right? And that's a pain in the ass because then they sort of seep out of the egg when they're being hard boiled. Real easy to do. A couple things just to remember. First thing, before you put them in, look, I got a pot of boiling water here. Right? Rolling boil. I shut down the boil just when I put these in. I take them, put them in a little spoon, drop them to the bottom, drop them to the bottom. I don't care how many you cook. We're going to just cook, I usually eat 3 at a feeding. We're going to cook 6 today.
Don't crowd them.
My camera woman just said don't crowd them. So I'm going to get them in there and then we'll spread them about. Right? Now, look how easy this is. I'm back on. Alright, I'm back on. I'm going to bring them to a rolling boil. Take me about a second. As soon as it starts to boil again, alright, there she goes. She's boiling again. The reason I put the heat back on it is sometimes you might not get them in quick enough. I like to have the water almost boiling. As soon as it gets boiling again, I turn it off and I cover it. Come with me. This is all you have to remember. Put them in the water afterwards. 17 minutes. We're going to come back later and I'll show you what to do. Okay, now, chicken. I like to rinse my chicken. I like to rinse my chicken. Okay, so when I take them out of the package, I just want to rinse them off. Again, organic chicken. I tend to be a breast man on the chicken side. Follow me. Now, come on over. First thing you want to do, pan's already heated. Just a little canola oil. Real easy. Pan's hot, you can hear it. I just drop these on. Nothing fancy on top of them, no flour. Again, we're not bodybuilders, guys. We're not worried about every single calorie that goes in. But when you have the opportunity, put good calories in. I use a little seasoning salt because I like to taste my food with a little something on it. That's all, just a little seasoning salt. I'll sear that side, just enough to seal it, and then I flip it right away. See, just enough, and then I'll let that side sit. And then I'll season this side. And then we'll come back to these as they're cooking, and I'll show you how easy it is to prep them afterwards. So look, real easy chicken, organic, a fist, a fist, a fist. That's your serving size. Pan them up, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Tuna. My favorite. Let's show you how to do this nice and easy, simple. Watch. Sharp blade. Man, all you do is take a nice chunk, not too thin, not too thick. That's probably about a good 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. Slice it up. Just like that. Okay? Toss it on a plate, because if it's not tossed on my plate, my wife yells at me. Follow me. Come over here. Our chicken's still cooking. Look, all this is going to be done in just a little while. And I drop in extra virgin oil. And again, another really good fat. Don't worry about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, whatever. Just get enough in the pan.
There's heat on there.
Alright, we're hot in there. Okay? So, all we want to do is we want to sear these. I like mine almost sashimi. It's all up to you guys what you like. But, and again, I'm going to come back to it. We're not bodybuilders, right? We're jiu-jitsu guys and fight guys. I'm not too worried about, oh my gosh, how much oil did he put in? It's really on how much do you like. I had a friend who used to put Caesar dressing in this, which is really nice, instead of the oil. That was a trick taught to me a while back. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a gremlin on my light up there. You believe this, guys? I got a gremlin. The light's going on and off. Whenever the electricity goes off in our lives, we always say that's Steve visiting us. Steve was my father-in-law. Great electrician. So here we go. I'm just going to sear them. I'm not going to spend more time than that. My heat's off because I like it still raw in the middle. And then I take it right off. I don't want them to cook through because then I'm eating tuna fish, because that's all tuna fish is. You know that, right? What they do with tuna fish is they take the tuna, they boil it. Anytime you boil a food, how good can it be? And there we go. We'll come back later. I'll show you how we prep this up. So we're flipping our chicken now. We're about 10 minutes into it or so. And they're getting there. See, we're still a little pink in there. But again, as the chicken's on, I'm going to go do something else. I'll lower the heat a little bit because she's starting to get a little grilly. But we'll be back to those. Okay, we just finished our tuna. We finished cooking our tuna, right? Look, here's the beautiful thing about this. Look at this tuna. See, it's still red inside. Don't overcook this. This is too good of a food to overcook. It's awesome. Okay, this is all I do. I cook the tuna. I cut it into little bite-sized chunks. I drop it in there. Again, remember that was about a fist and change. There I go. I got one feeding down. I'll make 2 of these. But look it. That's my tuna. Done. Finito. How simple is that? Alright, and I got another feeding here I'm going to tee up. Tuna. Okay, so just finished up our tuna. Chicken's still cooking. I got a couple minutes left on the eggs. And let's come back here. So while that stuff's going, this is what I do next. These are your friend. Little half-size plastic baggies. Right? These are our nuts. I take a handful. Look, again, I'm always sticking with the organics when I can. Walnuts, almonds, right? Organic, just for firm. I'll take some almonds, toss them in. Walnuts, toss them in. Pistachios, toss them in. And look, a little decadent chocolate. Toss it in. That easy. Look, this is like a super snack, dude. Look at that. I got great protein. I got great fat. I got great carbs. This replaces any silly Snickers or Milky Way. I love the chocolate covered almonds because the chocolate's good. You can get good dark chocolate. Dark chocolate over 70% has really been proved, or proven, to be actually a very positive food for you, at least if you don't do it in excess. So 3 types of nuts and some chocolate. I'll make about a half a dozen of these a week and throw them in my lunch bag during the week. I'll cover one each day. Chicken's still cooking. Now I'm working on some of my other stuff. Here's the beauty of this one. I toss these and 2 or 3 hard-boiled eggs in a bag, and that's a whole feeding. Look, why? Avocado. Best way to get these is just while they're squishy enough. All right, so when you press them and actually it goes in a little bit, that means it's ready. Here's how simple it is to eat these. Look, now you don't need a knife that big. No, that's a knife. But look, boom, and I just roll it. Roll, roll, roll. Roll it around. And look, I pry it open. There she is. Just like that. See the big seed? Just run this, run this, run this. Done. I get rid of this. Oh, my eggs. They're ready. 17 minutes. Follow me. These suckers went in 17 minutes ago. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to run them under cold water. I'll put them right in here. And while we're doing our avocado, I'll just let some cold water trickle in there. And come hither. Here's my chicken. Look, how do you know if your chicken's done or not? Really easy. Done. It's not pink in the middle. Take them off the heat. They're still in a hot pan, so they're still cooking. People always forget that. That's why I'm running the cold water in the eggs right now. Look at that. How beautiful is that? That is some mama jamma chicken. And we'll cover that in a second as soon as I'm done with the avocado. So let's come back to the avocado. Here's how easy the avocado is. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you're ready for your feeding. Look. Whoop. There it is. I ran these under cold water. Look, if you don't have the ability to run them on the cold water, just do this. Take your eggs. Take ice. Dump a whole bunch of ice in there. Oops. And leave them in an ice bath. Okay, we just took our chicken, beautiful chicken, off the grill. And look, this is how easy it is. Serving. Remember, I'm going to come back and say it again. Fist size. All I do is just slice it. Boom. Boom. Because look, guys, slice them before you... I see too many guys put the chicken and then worry about later, oh crap, I didn't have a knife with me. Well, slice it. You can eat it with your hands like a caveman at that point if you just finished a training session. Like I got Edson coming off a training session and, you know, I don't have a fork, I don't have a knife, I don't have this. Dude, look at that. Look at that. Done. He can eat that with his hands. Boom. Out. This goes in, brings it back later, rinses it out. If you're lazy as I am, these are your friends. I hate to wash Tupperware. I don't touch wooden utensils, and I don't wash Tupperware. Freezer bags. Bachelor's dream. Okay, final to the eggs. Look, they're in here now. Cold to the touch. They're ready to go. It's easy as this. Look, I like usually 3 at a sitting. 1, 2, squeeze in there, baby. 3. Seal it up. I'm good to go. This is my meat. Okay, look, easy. Look, I got 1, 2, almost 2 fists. This is almost 2 servings. Again, depending on your body weight and where you are in your training, lose weight, gain weight, maintain weight. Let's just say this is going to be 2 feedings. So there we go. That's 1 feeding. Put this to the side. This is the one we're going to work with. This is all I do on this one. Same thing like the tuna. Chunky enough, because I like my meat red. I would eat it just as is. Okay. Boom. And again, I could cook that, but I won't. And here we go. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Follow me. A little canola, only because I'm lazy. 1, 2, 3. Look how good that looks. 4, 5, 6. Look, guys, because we don't like bland food, seasoning salt rocks. Don't overdo it, just a touch. And let it sear. One side. Again, this is all personal. You like it rare, you like it medium rare, you like it well. You're asking, does a pan matter, Joe? No. The ribbed one, I like. It gives it a nice little design on the meat. That's about all it does for me. Right, if you're buying lean meat, there's not going to be a lot of fat to drain off. So, I just like the way it looks. And I keep on using the same pan for all the cooking. I'll put it in the sink, scrub it down real quick, put it back on. And then that'll be it. Return it to the pan, to the plate. 1, 2, 3. Come closer. Look how big these pieces of meat are. You know? That's a pretty good piece of meat there. And again, because you're eating 5, 6 times a day, guys, it doesn't have to be one of these big meals. Come with me. Same thing as the chicken. Look, if you want to leave it as is, or you make them bite-sized. Again, my preference is, that's how I like them. Get yourself a piece of Tupperware or chef's prerogative. Tupperware or bag. This is one of the kids. Of course I can't open it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Toss them in. Man, you're done. You're in the middle of training. You're traveling. Whatever it is, or you're at the office. Right? A lot of us, I'm an older guy. I got to go to work during the day. Man, look at that. That rocks. Salmon. Again, I prefer sushi salmon. So if I was going to have this, still have the skin on it. That's how awesome that is. If I was going to have this, I'd be eating it like this. But some people don't like sushi. So just as easy. Look, same rules, nothing complicated. 1, nice big slab. You can eat that skin. Again, my friend, canola. Just enough so it doesn't stick. Drop it on. Again, depending on your palate. Joe, what's a palate? Depending on what you like to taste. Cook it up. Flip it. You can put some seasoning on there if you want. Be careful with fish. Fish cooks a lot quicker than meat does. And you burn it like that. That would be okay for me right now because I could eat sushi grade. This will give you a little bit better of a different taste, different texture. And then that's it. I take it off, plate it. And again, that was a good piece. That was about 1.5 fists. We didn't measure it. Look how beautiful that is. And good for you. Okay, quinoa. Quinoa. Awesome protein for those who are vegetarians. Somebody turned me on to this a few years ago. Fabulous protein. Here's how you do this. Your basic mix is 2 to 1 on water to quinoa. But very important to quinoa, man, it's dusty. So you'll see I have already boiling on the stove, coming to a boil, 2 cups of water because I have 1 cup of quinoa. Come over here. The thing I like about quinoa, and let's go through this first, you've got to rinse it really well or else it's going to taste like crap. It'll taste chalky.
It is.
So Rinse it well. It's dirty tasting with the chalkiness on it. Again, the thing I like most about quinoa is it's a wonderful substrate for anything you want to make. So when I have it, I'll just add lemon to it sometimes, or I'll cut up some tomatoes. We're going to do that for today. And maybe some buffalo mozzarella, so you get some protein veggies in there as well. Adds a nice texture to it. So I rinsed it. I wait for my water to come to a boil, which it about is. I'm like an old school Italian. I'll add a little olive oil to the water. And then when it's ready, all you do is you dump it in and you boil it for 15 minutes. Nobody caught me looking off camera for that cue, right? 15 minutes. And we'll come back to that in a second. I'm boiling. So come hither, follow me. And guys, this is not a cooking show, so I have to clean up my own kitchen like you will have to. So you'll see stuff in disarray all over the place. But the football game is on and cooking up for the week. And now I'll set the timer for 15 minutes. I'll let this thing rock out. Guys, so my quinoa just started to really boil hard. I cover it and I simmer it. And sometimes, like a lot of instructionals say, do not mix. Man, everything needs to be mixed. So I just mix it up. I got a little simmer going on, and we'll come back in a couple minutes. Come here, follow me for a second. Easiest one in the world, and one of my favorites, again, being a New Yorker. Buffalo mozzarella, just because it's tasty. Cherry tomatoes, sugar plum tomatoes, depending on what you want to call them. Look. Fistful of tomatoes. 1, 2, 3, how many you want? 4. Look at that. I got good cheese in there. That's really good buffalo mozzarella. I got some tomatoes in there. For those of you that want to put a little basil in there, that's tasty. I forgot to pick up my basil today. You can toss basil on top of there. I keep a container of balsamic at the office. So come hither. Where's my balsamic at? I'll keep a bottle of really good high-end balsamic at the office. And man, as soon as you pack this stuff up, you pack it up, open it up, sprinkle a little on there. Not a lot, stuff's strong. Close it up. Don't do this in the morning before you leave, do it right before you eat it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Again, finger food. Finger food. Or you can use a fork, whatever you want. And you hit these things together. You can cut these in half, rip them in half. 1, 2. Love it. Okay, we're in our home stretch now, so everything's been cooked. I'm waiting for my quinoa, it's just fun to say, to be cooked up. My cruciferous vegetables. These are the veggies that I make my guys stick by the last 2 weeks, especially when they're weight cutting in the UFC, where they're getting ready for their fights. Fills their bellies, great veggies. I cut out fruits, too much sugar in fruits. The last 2 weeks. Guys, you got to know that. I hear a lot of people. I had a top-level fighter come down to Jupiter and train with us, and he said the last 2 weeks all he does is eat fruits, and I'll go into another session deeper later on why, but could arguably be the worst thing to eat all fruits on a diet on the last couple of weeks before you're cutting weight. All right, fruit, sugar, and we'll talk about the conversion later. But look, here's how easy this is. I just cut off the stalk. I have my brocks. I'll bust these off. Again, the simplicity of the program. They're finger foods, dude. If you don't like the stem, like my son doesn't like the stem, so you cut them down to there. Cut those down, cut those down. Look, the football game's still on TV. Cut those down. Same thing with the cauliflower. Like a big brain, right? I peel this back, and then I get my cauliflower. And I peel off, oops, a chunk. I get my cauliflower. Same idea. It's a little messier. Well, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, now look what I do. I bag that up. These are definitely baggies. Right? Those guys that aren't cutting calories too bad, have some French dressing, ranch dressing, whatever. I happen to like them just as is. Pack them up. Toss them in the bag. You're set to go. That's a whole bunch of veggies for you right there. No oil, nothing extra, and they're actually pretty good. You'll get used to them. Here's the easy stuff. So we did all our cooking. We'll come back and visit that. This is the stuff that's already prepped for you, and these are our veggies. Tomatoes, fruits. So again, these come already packaged. These are easy to take with you. Oh, yeah, buy them from the store just like this. Boom. Right? Banana, already packaged. Strawberries, look, easy to eat. All you got to do, pinch it off. You're done. Eat it. Blueberries, pick them up out of there. Eat them. Even the tomato, you can eat a tomato like an apple. Right? Everybody, oh, you got to slice them. No, bro. Look. You can eat a full tomato just like an apple. Especially these. Again, remember I said these are the heirlooms. They're not the design ones, right? Big, fat, and sort of, they explode. These are good. So you can eat these just like an apple. I don't need packaging for any of these. So your fruits, veggies, part of the superfood family. All right, so we'll come back. We got just a couple minutes left on our quinoa, and we'll finish that up. All right, my timer just went off for my quinoa. So when it's done, this is what it'll look like. Sort of looks like a little like oatmeal or whole wheat. I mean, cream of wheat. So I like to, because I don't like it watery, I'll dump it back into, what's this called again?
It's a strainer.
Just a strainer, but a really fine strainer, because quinoa is...
It's a fine mash.
It's fine. Yeah, there's a timer. Hold on. So, I'll let it sit in here and sort of get its excess water off. Let it sit for a minute. Now, what I'll do with it, as I mentioned, is I'll mix it with favorite veggies or favorite mixes. Come over here. Again, it's not a cooking show. This is all the stuff that sits on the counter. I'll take my tomatoes and my mozzarella. All right, nothing fancy here. Get myself a knife. I'll slice up a couple tomatoes. Come closer. Come closer. Closer. All right. Helps if the knife's sharp. This one's not really sharp. Right in the Tupperware. Just cut it right up, man. Don't make extra work for yourself. You get the idea, depending on how heavy you want it to be. And then I'll take a couple pieces of my mozzarella and sort of get that torn up. And you could literally tear it up. That's what's beautiful about mozzarella. And if you've never had buffalo mozzarella, you've been eating plastic. If you've been eating mozzarella in general. So again, you get the idea. So you tear it up, depending on how much you want in there. Now with your quinoa, what you'll do is you'll spoon it. Stay there. I'll be right back. I'm getting a spoon. You just spoon it in. Again, depending on your consistency. And I mentioned earlier that quinoa is a substrate for whatever your fancy is. I'd probably even throw some capers into this at this point. Right? Just for a little pang. But look at that, it's beautiful. And again, heavy protein. For the vegetarians, it's really good. You could sort of rip up some basil, anything at all. So look, while we're at it, we got the camera rolling. Look what we have here. We covered a lot today. And here's our meals for the week. I cooked up a lot of chicken, tuna, salmon, steak. Look, all pre-packaged stuff. My yogurts, reminding, natural packaging, easy packaging, natural, easy. Look. Easy stuff. I think we spent an hour prepping for the entire week. And you can feed yourself, as you should, as a high-end athlete, either the professional or serious amateur or whatever your love is. The fuel you put into your body is critical. And we've just demonstrated just taking an hour. I happen to bury a bottle of wine when I do this. Grape juice. But it's relaxing for me. And I feel really good all week. And I don't spend a lot of money. That's another thing about the organic is people complain about the organic, but when you go out and eat at a restaurant or you order food in, whatever it is, you're paying a premium, and I can guarantee you're not getting a high quality product. So whenever I spend the money on organic and I'm cooking it myself, prepping it myself, I know that I'm getting probably the optimum nutritional value out of the caloric intake, and that's critical. So spend a little time. You can feed yourself. I like 5 feedings a day when I'm really serious about it. You can get a good solid 3 feedings a day out of the work you do on a Sunday. The other 2 feedings typically will revolve around protein powders, carb, some fruit in a blender, and things of that sort. But you can go to our JiuJitsuMania website and check out Eating on the Run, as well as some of the other site-specific, nutrition-specific articles that we have that will cover all the nutritional value you need. Pro, AMI, screwing around somewhere in the middle. That was our Sunday. It's 5:35, football game's on, I gotta go. See you.